Test mic. Yes, I'm making noise. Okay, how does it sound on stream, though? How do I sound on stream, though? How do I sound? Not amazing. I can turn it up a little bit, I guess. Well, whatever. Let's switch to Go first, just in case. I actually don't know if Streamlabs keeps settings separate between scenes on that. I mean, let me. Sorry. That one wasn't GERD. A little bit of spit just went down the wrong pipe. It looks about the same. I don't know why it keeps giving me your microphone is unmuted, but has no signal. It's clearly not. I heard myself. And what the heck is this? Choose a shell to match your runner. I don't know. They're just, pushing some stuff at me, I guess, because I, have things. That was a great and complete sentence I just made. I'm proud of that one. Definitely got a full thought across. Well, that aside, let's do some block bench, I guess. And let's not forget to, let's not forget to turn off the camera auto wiggling. Sure, let's use this screen. I'm I'm tempted to rearrange this thing so that it looks more instead of this, I'm facing the camera and figure out some kind of mock, I don't know, setup that makes it look the way that VTubies usually look. Shrink this a little bit. I guess. I don't know why I. Yeah, it kind of bothers me how you can see things in the sidebar. Yeah, you know what? I do need to do some cleanup on my Streamlabs stuff, but I'm not gonna do that now. Granted, I don't really know what I am gonna do now. I was kind of waffling about what the heck I wants to do once I get on stream. I mean, I could always fall back to just playing a game instead of streaming the making of a thing. But this is good motivation to keep doing things, even if I'm not exactly getting a lot of views. It does encourage productivity, as it were. But as it weren't, I don't want to record the Unity side of things too much. I think that's how do I put this? Well, I mean, the reason why, I guess, isn't that hard to explain. Wrangling Visual Studio to make it show up would be annoying for one thing, and even if it wasn't annoying, not all of the code that is in that game is strictly mine. Most of it, in fact, is not. And that, could be let's say, legally dubious if I showed up on stream. Not that I would show it on purpose, but like, you know. But as... And, like, you know, aside from that, I don't know what I would do in Unity aside from that, so... that's a thing. That's a thing. So I guess I'm gonna, like, start on the first dungeon or whatever. That's, like, my plan, I guess. Or maybe this is more like the second, if we count the forest area as a dungeon, which I probably should. It's a hotel. You know what, I made, like, a sort of early map of a hotel theme area. Of this hotel theme area, that is. But where is it? Where did I... Yeah, okay. You probably won't be able to see this, but that doesn't matter much. I just want it to... for my own reference. And then I'll build off of that thing. And I can't show you my Kryta anyway, because that's... You'll see my secret things. So my initial plan, I guess, was like... rooms that can shift around. Like, since it's a ghostly hotel, like a Luigi mansion. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could figure out how to make that gimmick work. Well, I guess I can't say work again, I didn't get it working the first time. But that's just because I never got that far. This would probably be smarter to just add a new cube. It's so tiny. It's so dang tiny. It's almost like Blockbench wasn't really meant for making geometry of an area. Yeah, that looks about the right size for like a desk. For like a reception desk. And how about, alright, cubes are special in this world. I have to convert it to a mesh. What is proportional editing anyway? I don't remember. I went looking for options at some point. I don't even remember why. I guess loop cut is probably fine for what I'm wanting to do. And hopefully that's about the same amount. It's gonna bother me if they aren't. Hang on. -20. -20. Okay. Everything is normal. Should just continue over. I don't care that much. So, you know, I guess there are a few questions worth asking at this point. First of all, do I model in things like tables and chairs, or do I want those to be things I can place, like, in engine, so that they could theoretically be interacted with? Probably leaning to that. Second, walls. Walls. What do I do when walls get in the way? Since the camera angle is fixed, I could, like, separate out the walls that are and are not going to be a problem for visibility. Which is probably what I will do and kind of sort of have done before. I guess this is like fine. Oh, you know what? I forgot to start a timer. It wouldn't be a me stream if I didn't forget something. Goes away. I forgot about that factor of doing it on this version of the screen. But I did remember how to turn him off, so it's fine. And then we do like this, I guess. But also I'm gonna want like a sort of trim along the bottom, and the best way to do that's probably to physically extrude the model. I mean, I could just, like, since these shapes are complicated enough, I may as well just, will it let me do this throughout all three? Yes it do. Oh, but I guess I can't extrude these all at the same time. Okay, hang on. I pressed that button once that time. Oh, and it undid my loop cut. Okay. There's an order of operations here. Do like that. Yeah, 2 is probably fine. I'm not looking for these to be like platforms that you could reasonably stand on. I just want things to, you know, I just want it to look nicer. I just want it to look niceys. And since this is an interior area, I could probably get away with using a lot of cubes. You can't stop me from using cubes as I desires. You can't even prevent me from using cubes. Where the hell are you? That was like a freaking illusion. That was a trick of the mind. I thought I was over here, but I'm down there. Okay. Yeah, roughly a funny block bench square in length, size. And I can just peel on this a little bit. And it's okay when I do these things. Actually, I might... Nah, I'll keep the rooms separate. so that it's not a problem when I keep them separate. Okay, so now dupletize you. I shrinks you. Where? Let's try and line this up with that green boy. 2 tiles out, and that's fine. That's good enough for me's. Okay, so how do I do this part then? Not quite what I want. But if I set the pivot point to center, that's more like it. Yay! I'm sure there was a reason why at first I tried to do rotations like this, but I don't remember what that could have been. Ooh, now see, this back wall here is gonna be a problem, because I imagine that we would be looking at it from this perspective. And from this perspective, this back wall would be in the way if we just walk over to the left or the right. I did already make it so that you can see a silhouette of thing through the wall, though. So, like, that does help. But how much does it help? I mean, like I said, I can, like, separate out the walls that would need to be hidden in shame. I guess the reason to, like, stop and think about that one is that I probably could justify just not putting a wall there at all and just having it be implied. Well, you know, I mean, it would need to have collision anyway. So, like, and for there to be collision, there would have to be a model there, if it's not visible or not. So everything is okay, normal. Go into your group home. Go into your home with group. You can, like, barely see that on my stream. You know, we could... I don't know why I haven't, like, shrunk this, actually. Like, it's probably not going to be a perfect fit no matter what I do, but I can... Actually, that's a pretty close to perfect fit no matter what I did. Yeah, that's fine. That's yum. That's yummy. I just know, what the hell is my guy doing? I'm drawing on the wall, I guess. Yeah, sure. That's what I do when I'm focusing, or whatever. It's been so long since I, like, did this planning for this dungeon. I barely remember things. I do remember kind of, like, wanting to give rooms depth, like little stairway things and whatnot. But, like, in GDevelop, I was using, like... GDevelop was primarily a 2D engine, and I'm still not used to, you know, doing 3D with it if I do decide to keep doing stuff with it. You know, another idea for this stream that I, like, nearly forgot about was to, just, like, stream me trying to follow a YouTube tutorial on how to use Godot. Like, it does seem like so much cool stuff has been done with Godot, but I've always been kind of intimidated by it. Maybe maybe it would be helping if I, did it on stream. Probably not. It'd probably be more like you could at least laugh at me when I do something stupid. Or, I don't know though, like, I think the general consensus is seeing somebody, like, miss something in a tutorial and then be confused for 48 hours is more frustrating than funny. Which is unfortunate. That's an avenue of content that just completely cut off for a dumbass like I. Sorry. Well, we've got here a nice, like, lemon lime looking hallway mansion. I guess, like, hotels are kind of, like, designed with a lot of symmetry, aren't they? So I could, like, reuse some stuff. This could be easy. This could be easier than I had thought. Easier than I had dared dream. Not that I expect that I'll get the whole dang dungeon done with. So let's see. Yep, we have 2 doors. They call it all 2 doors. 2 doors. 2 doors McGee. I gave up there. You don't have to think of that one. Oh right, I can't select because I've made this out of cubes. I mean, honestly, that is like a fair question of what's like better for the engine, or even just better for what I'm doing, is if extruding here or adding cube. I'm going to guess it's adding cube. At least it's better for my potential needing to hide objects or whatever. And let's name some groups. I think I just bonked my mic a little bit. Hey, where? I have to rename it like this because the double click wasn't doing what I wanted. What the heck? What do they call this room in a... Is foyer a word for this?
Foyer.
A lobby, especially of a theater. Oh, that's a word that they used in Witch. Vestibule, a word that they used in Witch. You can't see this right now, I'm pretty sure. I can find out what vestibule means. I can find out what a word means. A passage, hall, or room between the outer door and interior of a building. An enclosed entrance at the end of a railway passenger car. Okay, it's not that. Any of various bodily cavities, especially when serving as a resemblance what? Central cavity of bony labyrinth of the inner part. I'm too high for you to be giving me definitions like that. I'm scared. I'm gonna look at what'll do. Okay, so back to what I was doing, or pretending to do. That didn't really answer my question. You know, does it say something about me that, like, I keep on ending up on the dictionary? I mean, I guess, and like, there's also that one of my preferred break games is Quirtle. Oh, you can see my window. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, let's just hide this for now. I probably shouldn't be messing with those, though, because, like, I'm gonna forget to unhide something at some point, and we're all gonna be scared. I, like, lost my train of thought a little bit, I think, but that's okay. I think I was just calling myself a nerd. I guess this here will be our first room. I guess I don't need like a big... Well, I mean, I guess sometimes they have that. Have like a slight hole into the room. I guess that would like depend on, you know, either the fanciness of the hotel or where the bathroom is. I guess the question of should be how, like, ritzy is this hotel supposed to be? Like, I'm imagining the current, like, the quest this involves is, like, the current owner is all whining because, like, he thought this $15 hotel was a steal, but it's full of ghosts. And now he's sobbing so whiningly. Morocco just wants to go on adventure, so she's happy. She's happy to... Well... She's okay with fixing this whiny man's problem for her. Him. I wasn't paying attention to what I was saying, even. How big I sees it? I should probably be like moving this around to like a sort of measure how big the room might maybe feel. I did kind of underestimate. The overworld felt a little bit too big. Then I wasn't expecting that, is the sentence that I'm trying to say. But I also don't want it to feel too small. Like, you couldn't jump around and fight enemies in, like, a hotel room the size of a real hotel room, you know? Unless, like I said, it's one of them fancy ones. What even shape am I trying to make here? I'm gonna have to go back to shapes and colors school to learn my shapes and colors. No, I think it should be use ways. And then... No, I'm thinking of that the wrong way, or something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm wanting, I think. I barely even know. We've got here a little weird notch in the room. And that's so they can jack up the prices and claim that the room is bigger than it is. But I am not yet done. Now, what would be the fastest way to make a mini set of stairs? I don't know if this is fastest, but it's acceptable to me. I think 5 is within the range of what we can step up. I hope. Well, I guess I have the test thing open right now. If I can get Unity to show up on stream, I would prefer to be able to do that. Yeah. Well, I can hide this in a very non-suspicious way. You know what? I don't need to show Unity on stream just for 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Sometimes it takes longer to load. If I have been, say, leaving the window open and not touching it for a bit. Okay, so where the heck did I put the step-up testy thingy? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think the limit is 6 tiles. Oh, I guess maybe it did shows up on stream or something. So hopefully 5 is fine. Granted, I would definitely rather be able to, raise, the limit for how far we can step up. I did try to do that. Perhaps I didn't try hard enough. Also, I'm realizing this is a worthless piece of geometry. Well, I can at least, like, do this. I can make it matter. But it's break time, so I'm going to have my little break. Where did I put this? Yay! My dork-ass foyer. My dork-ass dictionary and word games. We're gonna play a damn word game and you're gonna like it. I'm going to type crane and thump and boils. And that's how I'll start. Okay. I don't know what I don't know. I had... Well... I guess that's a word, but that's... It can't be that, because there's no R. No nip. I mean... I guess we could just do that as a search. Oh, the O doesn't go there. Pain. Hey, I got it. I was like, what freaking word has L and then something and then A? I found one. And top right also ends with ER. Pewter. I'm on my pewter right now. I'm playing games and making shapes on my pewter. Dwemer. It can't be that. That's 6 letters. I guess there's... Okay, it's not that. Well, I guess now we know that it has to start with U. Oh. Upper. That gave me basically no hints for first and last. Or first and third. And it looks like I only have 2 guesses. can't be. It wouldn't be able to be that anyway. Both of these have E and R in them, but don't. But no, stop. They don't. They don't both. They both don't. Well, break time is over. I can take a bit to think more about that. I can do that. I can do that. I guess, yeah, sure, that's tall enough for my happy. And there we go. And that's good shapes. Should this go the other way? So that you're not walking in blindly? I think perhaps it should. Go over there. Yep, go over there. You know, thinking about it, I'm not sure where I got that thought that was a thing, having that stairway, Winnie stairway was a thing that I had planned. I genuinely am now failing to remember where I thought of that, but I mean, it looks cool. I'm glad I did this. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. I'm sure that was a thing that I had planned. Oh right, I forgot about the tiled map editor. That might be where whatever I was doing was. Because that's where it was doing first. I guess, if only for the sake of video game interesting, I probably shouldn't have every room be exactly the same, but I can probably make like a fair amount of them quite similar. I was gonna put a room in between these, and that could be the amazing moving room. But I don't have much space here. I guess there's nothing stopping me from widening the world over here. What's gonna happen if I just do this? Okay, basically nothing. Yeah, that swells the door shut like they're gross pimples. Is there a way to... No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work either. Okay. This might not work either. But what if it do? Well, actually, I did just convert everything to a mesh. So, like... that might have helped. Yeah, this is probably fine. Still not sure I would call that enough room for a room, though. Like, if I'm making this, you know, in 3D space, there's a few less, like, smoke and mirrors I can put in between things. What happens here? Okay, this is just the merge vertices, that's fine. Let's hope this model cooperates while I do some synergery on it. Okay, move the vertices. Sure, we can do that. We can do that much at least. Wait, I'm moving both. It does make the reception desk a bit big. Maybe it's fine that big? I don't know. I'll I don't want to leave too much empty space now. Even though that's basically what I'm doing. Whoops. I'm not trying to make the world bigger. I'm not trying to make the world bigger. I'm not trying to make the world biglet. Or bug trio. Okay, well that's definitely enough space for a room now, at least. I hope I didn't overcorrect and make it too big. I hope I didn't. Now, what should this room look like? I mean, I guess the answer that fits the most for Scary Hotel is, you know, like a hotel room that just suddenly appeared in a place where there wasn't one, or has moved, to make, you know, a confusing place. What's as flush as I can get with this green? Is this Z fighting hours? It is! This is the first person to be happy to see Z fighting. Because it means I'm on the right Z level. I probably should, like, shrink it so that Z fighting isn't happening, though. Anything I might want to add to these rooms in particular? With this room, who knows? I just kind of like stared at that for a little bit, didn't I? I was fascinated by the art of creation, I guess. But also thinking about how best to proceed. I'm thinking putting the thorn ring back on. That reference did make sense, right? I'm like, it's probably because of the, you know, my brain. Oh my god, I did forget to hide something again. Well, you know, I guess in that case, it's a good thing that I got distracted by, you know, looking at nothing. What else did I do since I got back? I guess I been big in this. I'm such a damn clumsy streamer. Maybe I should... I'm... I probably would benefit from, like, having a second monitor, maybe. I don't know how to do that, though. I don't know how to do that. I do have an old laptop that maybe I could theoretically make into the thing. I don't know. I might just have to, like, hope that's something that I get better at thinking about with practice. And, like, I don't know, maybe I could start editing VODs. Yeah, that's probably why I didn't use that, use the general rotation. I mean, I don't know if I want to, like, put anything there, though. Let's just do like this. Yeah, it's like a little guy with its arms up. Hey. Just had to make extra sure that I was properly showing what I'm doing. I'm not looking to select everything. Okay, what even, like, selection mode am I in? Well, okay, that brought back the menu that I was looking for. I don't know how or what. Oh, right, because these are cubes. Well, that doesn't explain why I'm selecting everything. I'm just trying to select this. Well, whatever, I figured it out, I guess. Although, I would prefer them to be the same size, but yeah, no, I can't do it like this. I don't know why. Is it? No, that didn't fix it. I'm like going through any situation where I imagine that global or local would make a difference. And just seeing if that could possibly be what that's referring to. I keep forgetting what I'm doing. That doesn't do anything for me. Will I be able to edit things from this? Where the hell am I looking? Okay. Well, it does work. It do work. I guess the second one can extend like further out, because I imagine that it would, like, you would actually have a chance to notice that this room moved if it's, you know, accessible. You know, something to give you, like, reason to, like, ways to finish my sentence. It'd give you a way to think about the physicality of the area, which could help, maybe, help make this puzzle, like, not too disorienting. Like, I mean, just by the themes, it should be a little bit disorienting, but I don't want to go overboard. Okay, why? Oh, okay. It took me moving the world for you to notice that I was trying to move you. I'm, like, just high enough to mistake that as sounding profound accidentally, but it's not. If you put my words on like a aesthetic Tumblr post, oh, I'm gonna get you. Actually, it might make some sense for there to be a room here, then. Okay, so... Maybe I could add, like, a little pedestal type. What was that? What was that? Oh, so I guess the knife tool works differently on cubes. It splits them for retail sale. Now I just have to figure out the best way to make use of that fact. It looks like it can only be cubes, so I will have to do this or something. Why does it go over there when I hold shift? I would expect that to, like, make me axis aligned. But it's not. It doesn't seem to be doing that. At least not on any axis I can recognize. Okay, back to the real meat of this stream. Apparently, because I'm stupid. It's a freaking Quirtle. I am like locked in, but I'm also inebriated, so I don't know what I'm doing. Funny. Man, I mean, the fact that it can't be something that has ONE in the middle narrows it down a, like, kind of a lot. The only ones I can think of. Enough. Egg on. Bread. I mean, this is a word, but it can't be that, and I don't have any spare guesses. Hang on, this one does have B. B? Oh yeah. B-R-E. Like the baby food. This one's kicking my ass. It is. Would it be kicking my ass as badly if I were sober? I feel like that I'm focusing more when I'm doing the Quirtle at this point. I feel like that's stressing me out more than the thing that I'm doing. Anyway, you know what we could do? Okay, why can't I... Sure, I'll accept that as like a weird little thing to make the room stand out. I'm just taking a minute to think about, uh, interesting things that I could put in a dungeon area that is a hotel. A pool room definitely seems like a good kind of no-brainer choice. Are there hotels that have like multiple lobbies or like places to just be? Surely, like, especially if you get to those fancier hotels. I didn't think about this. I don't know why I forgot. There should probably be like walls here. These rooms do not move. I don't know why I forgot to give them walls. Walls. Okay, center view on selection. You're messing with my depth perception again. And just to be sure, I am in fact on Blockbench and not my game. You know, that like accidental not showing the stream thing that I'm like quickly becoming paranoid about. On the one hand, like, the solution probably could be to not do a funny cookie before going live. But like, I don't want to not do that. Come on, it's I was about to say it's legal here if that makes a difference for whether or not I have an error on my own. It's legal here, you have to be sweet to me. You have to be nice to me for any reason, okay? And let's just give our best guess as to the angle of this. Oh, but you know, this wall looks a bit like ass, though. Like, from the perspective that we're playing at, we'll definitely be able to see out of bounds a little bit, unless I do something about that. I guess I'll do something about that, then. But not like this. Extrude. Go around, okay. I guess we want a 45 degree angle. Does that make a difference? I don't even know. That's the wrong way. I mean... Okay, so I'm gonna need to do basically the same thing to this one. Yeah, they're like kissing or whatever. They're kissing or whatever, Fred. Yeah, that's probably okay, I guess. And then we can preemptively set their UVs the way that I want them to be forever. I guess I should also, like, do an inset selection or something like that. It's probably not gonna let me on this version when I'm trying to do two at once. It won't like that. Actually, it might like that. I haven't tried it. Let's see if you like that. Yeah, that didn't quite go the way I thought it would. I don't know how to do what I'm trying to do. Okay, how about loop cut? That seems like it makes the most sense. Yeah, like that. And I'm fine with it being the way that it is and not showing up like at this top place here. I can live with that. I don't need to do more detail than that. We're all normal. Well, except for the fact that I'm gonna have to do it again here. Just making sure that's on properly. Now on to the sister rooms, which have the same... Oh, it just... Okay. I guess... Yeah, I must have... Yeah, this is using a position that's rotated from when I copied it. So I guess I saved myself time by accident. Okay, that's 4 rooms. That's a chunk of thing done. Yeah, so let's see. The path would be like go here. Oh no, there's nothing here this time actually. So maybe I should set this to be in its default position, which would be up here. But you would go there and then you look around and find a switch or something, and then it goes there, and then there's like more stuff to explore. Hmm. Maybe we could have, like, a central plaza somewhere this way, and it sort of, like, sprouts off in different directions. I'm, like, thinking it through, you know? I guess there's just a bit of, like, it's kind of silly for a hotel to have rooms that come before, like, a plaza area type thing. I don't know, it's that hour of the, that hour of the funny cookie that has me like, how do I describe this? I guess more creative than usual. Basically, in my head, I'm trying to decide if these things that I'm coming up with are good or bad ideas. Incorrect. Incorrect direction. Oh, it's stupid optical illusions. Stupid depth perception. I know this disc is massive. Well, we've got a stupid disc. Maybe like a... Maybe like a tower around here that has like the elevator. And this could also be like where special rooms might go. Like they would need a kitchen, and that can be a set piece. This seems to not have a bottom. That probably won't be a problem. Unless you're this thing. I guess I would be sad if I didn't have a bottom. Fortunately, my behind is massive. Where am I with this? Okay, I'm down there. I guess cylinder is probably what I want. For the record, I don't know if there's any, like, actual hotel or anything that has a similar design to this. Probably not, because it's probably going to end up being a little bit stupid. Yeah, this isn't, like, planned to resemble anything in particular, or anything like that. I guess, like, it does have to be a video game level first and foremost. So, like, some concessions are gonna be made to make something, you know, feel fun to play. So, right now, this looks more like a colossal monolith overlooking a few things, and less like a, you know, hotel room thing. I guess I just made it too tall. But then, I don't know how high up the camera gets is a different thing. I mean, I suppose I'm setting the perspective, like... I don't remember if the... I mean, I guess there's nothing stopping me from moving the camera around. Like, at least between, you know, scene perspectives. But I suppose there's nothing stopping me from, like, having dynamic, like, at the very least, different camera angles. You know, like the limit. Okay, enough goofing off. Did I? Okay. It's just because I closed, well, not closed, but minimized block bench. Is that, have I tricked myself into thinking that that was... Never mind. I have to lock in. Well, it can't be that. It's no A, and I don't think there's any... Are there any other words that start with Z-E-B-R? I kind of doubt it. Condone. So E has to be one of the first 3 letters. Wait, endow? Damn it, it's not endow. I mean... I don't care. I didn't... Envoy! I've even, like, technically speaking, had envoy on that word on the mind. Because I, like, was tempted to... I've had, that in mind as a name for some sort of monster catching project, let's say. That has been in my head. Let's try and redeem ourselves with the harder one. B-R-A-N-U. Hey. It feels like this is bottom left should start with A or B. Well, it can't start with B because we know that's not an option. Arbon. Oh, urban. We got there. We got there eventually. Blended. Well, it could be belt, but what comes after belt? It can't be belts. Nothing in this world uses S. Wait. No, it can't be. I almost got excited. I thought it could be belly. I'm looking at top right now. I know loud is a word. What? I pressed a button by accident. Okay. If I press the Alt key on my keyboard, it changes my browser and makes this play again. Wood. Well, it can't be that in the top right because O and U. Would this give me maybe not enough information to use my one extra? It could be guilt. It's not guilt. Damn it, I should have noticed the L. So we know it ends in UT, because that's the only place left you can be. UT. Undertale. I'm like running through every letter in my head. I just can't think of words that end in UT. It could end in OUT, but then what else is there? Flout. That's a word. That's a word. It took me a while to figure out that. I mean, I guess in the situation I got myself into, flout would probably at least be hard still if I was normal. It could be algae. It's algae. Everybody knows it. Let's see then. Belts. Bells. Belt just makes the most sense. Belluke. Hang on. Well, I'm committed now. I'm gonna solve this game, even if it takes me a too long time. B. E. E. It accepts this? Okay, I guess that's What is Patel? A climbing pepper of southeastern Asia whose leaves are chewed together with betel nut and mineral lime as a stimulant masticatory. I don't think that's a thing I knew existed before now. I'm learning educationally on stream, and I'm having fun, and all it took was marijuana. THC. Isn't this supposed to unlock the... No, it does say by winning a classic. I thought these 3 worked, but I guess not. I don't get to show you a weekly challenge. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad what happened to them. But we can still, yes. Weekend's always moving. I guess I'm becoming a little bit loopy. I gotta ground myself. Well, we've made a requisite of progress that I wanted to get to making. Let me save my file. That's like, you know... I've done my weekly stream. That's my obligation, I guess. Like, I mean, it's not like I've made any promises or anything. I'm just talking because, like... Ugh. I do want to, like, grow what I have a little bit, you know? Granted, it's not, you know, an easy thing to do when you keep making stupid mistakes. Well, I don't know. I'll, like, be thinking about things, I suppose. I really should consider, like, editing down a clip show or something. Long-form content doesn't seem to be sticking, and you know, there's people who would probably want to see this if it was edited into a way that makes sense. I mean, I don't know, I guess maybe that's, like, you know, how you get people to watch your streams, is in pulling them in with funny clip shows first. I've said at least a couple of funny things, I'm sure. My train of thought's going a little fucky-wucky. It's going off the rails, if you will, a little bit. But, you know... keeping a good schedule is part of these things, is a thing that I'm trying to say, I guess. That's the moral of the story, I suppose. The moral of the story is whatever I said it was, okay? Are you happy about that? I hope so, because you gotta be.